Hello. My name is Leah, your digital presenter for today's event. Before we dive into the exciting and informative content we've prepared for you, here's a quick disclaimer. I'm actually an artificial intelligence, AI, designed and programmed to assist with sharing valuable knowledge and resources. I am here to provide evidence-based, up-to-date information and guidance, and will be sharing real stories from my colleagues at FND. Here at FND, we value honesty and transparency in all our interactions. We, at the Family Network on Disabilities, believe that the incredible advancements in technology, such as AI, can significantly enhance our ability to provide families with the resources, support, and information they need. All the information shared in this training comes from the dedicated team of experts at FND who have years of experience, rich understanding, and most importantly, a deep passion for supporting families just like yours. Family Network on Disabilities began in 1985 by a group of parents of children with disabilities who came together looking for mutual support. FND is a grassroots organization for persons with disabilities and their families that is family-centered and family-driven. What makes FND unique is that the majority of our board members, our management staff and program staff are either individuals with experience with a disability or have family members with a disability, which gives us the perspective of empathy and compassion for the work that we do. Before we begin, I'd like to share a little bit about Family Network on Disabilities. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization helping families across the state. We're funded in part by the U.S. Department of Education and the U.S. Department of Health through the Health Resources Services Administration. We use all that funding to provide information, resources and support, and training to families, educators, professionals, and providers throughout the state. We do not charge for our services. At this time, we would like to make a disclaimer that we at FND are not attorneys, doctors, or mental health professionals. We do not offer legal or medical advice in our workshops. We are happy to support you with information, resources, and support. We use research-based information in our training and materials. Today we're going to be talking about caregiver stress and burnout, tips for taking care of yourself. This is segment 4 of 4. So let's get started. The first tip here is communicating feelings and your needs. First and foremost, education is a source of power. But remember, balance. Many of us might swing too far on this pendulum. When children are diagnosed, parents tend to pour ourselves into the diagnosis. They research, talk to experts, doctors, school counselors, therapists, special education professionals, all in an effort to help our kid have the best life possible. So yes, talk to your pediatrician regarding referrals to specialists and your child's teacher for additional suggestions to help your child academically. You can talk to your clergy and your minister or your counselor or other special needs parents for personal support, and talk to your spouse or your co-parent partner to brainstorm family solutions, friends and family for even possible mom's night out, any opportunity to recharge your battery, but just in moderation. Know where to get help. Make a list of all the people that you can call to ask for favors and some natural supports. It wouldn't hurt to look into your insurance. Call your insurance company and learn to see what is covered on your insurance, what specific services that would help you. It might be that it might cover some kind of self-care, personal assistance, or respite. You never know. Definitely create the list, just in moderation. Trade off with another friend. Do you need help picking up kids from school? Trade off days. Ask a neighbor who's already picking up his or her own kids. In this day and age, social media can ease the burden of asking as well. Post your needs on your personal social media page or register on one of the many caregiver websites that allow you to create a list of your needs, for example, dinner twice a week, the lawn mowed weekly, a companion for hospital visits. Again, the sandwich generation. Friends can sign up for duties. You'd be surprised. Friends just don't know how to offer. They are more than willing, many more than willing to help. Enlist the help of other parents of children with disabilities. Sometimes you feel you're the only one who can handle your own child's care. It's certainly true to an extent, but that doesn't mean that you can't get away for a few hours every now and then by leaving your child with a trusted sitter or a family member. You're teaching your child also how to handle change, and that was an important one for us, is mixing it up as part of their treatment. Next tip. Meltdowns. Don't take them personal, whether you have a child who has Down syndrome or autism or a child that's somewhere maybe not yet diagnosed or has some other medical needs. Sometimes children with traumatic brain injury have more significant behaviors. There's a good chance that you've dealt with a meltdown at some point as a parent. So you'll find plenty of good information on what defines a meltdown, differentiating a meltdown from a temper tantrum, and how to hold your child safely during a meltdown. We have some resources available on our website around what's called positive behavior intervention support. It's a framework that schools use to help proactively address behaviors and teach replacement skills. So if you're just transitioning into a public school, this will be valuable information for you to have, especially if your child has some behaviors. The next tip is community. Join a community, and these include all the special needs support groups. There's so many online. Consider joining one if you haven't. It can be an invaluable resource for like-minded parents, and just hearing stories and tips and receiving support from other parents who understand what you're experiencing will help alleviate your stress. Seeking help doesn't always mean asking someone to do something. Often what a caregiver needs most is just to maintain contact with friends and family, and that can be hard, especially when your kids need you close by. So ask a friend to come over after the kids go to bed. Talk over a pot of coffee. Share a meal. Watch a movie. You can even now watch a movie online and just do a watch party, and you don't even have to be in the same room. But at least you're still talking about it. Take time to connect and laugh with others and free yourself from your usual worries. Definitely connect with support groups, both online and in person. That can be very helpful. The burden shouldn't be on you to make it easier for someone to help you. You have enough on your plate. Besides, most people want to help you if you let your friends or family know what you need. Maybe they're a little hesitant about providing respite care. Maybe they're worried they don't know how to handle the situation. There's other ways they can help. Let them lessen the burden. It's not just good for you, but for your whole family. Financial support. Chronic illness and disabilities tend to pull families apart for emotional reasons, but they are very draining also on family budgets, and if additional medical services and medications and counseling and all those money constraints progressively grow over the lifetime with disability. When researching the available financial help, parents can feel overwhelmed and even worried. However, and we don't have the magic bullet for this. We know you're waiting on bated breath, but there are programs. There are government programs and private programs available to help families. We have links on our website. There's also disabled children charities and even volunteer caregiver programs, and also physicians and counselors in the community may be able to suggest what help is available. Next, consider siblings. Take care to nurture sibling relationships. It is so easy for so much of your energy and effort to go to the child with special needs, especially with extra doctor appointments and support specialists and on, academic issues that can be part of your child's therapy. Siblings of a special needs child might feel slighted at times. If this happens, be assured you're not a bad parent, just a human one. You can make sure your child gets some undivided attention, maybe a date night, even simple things when they're younger, like reading at bedtime or talks while driving to school. That all counts. It's the quality, not the quantity, that will make a difference. Engage in your child's activities. Ask them about a school project. Volunteer to organize a soccer game. Like I said, quality, not quantity. Think of something where you can really make the sibling the star of their own show, not a secondary character, the star of their own show. Your attention to the detail in their day will matter. Include your children in the care of their sibling even as appropriate. Make them feel important. We're mostly talking about younger kids, but that grows where it becomes natural, where they will want to look out for their sibling. There will be days when they will want to help, others when they don't, and that is fine. Caring for family members instills compassion even in the youngest children. Give them information as they want it. Some children accept their siblings just how he or she is, and others actually want to know, why is Johnny using a hearing aid? As in anything, children are curious, and the more facts they have, the better. Empower your family by accepting what is your normal. Every family does things a little different, yours included. So a child in a wheelchair is still your child. He just has a different way of getting around, which is normal for your family. Problem solve as a family, as a team. There's times when challenges arise, and you can empower your children by having them brainstorm solutions with you. It's amazing what kids come up with, usually things we hadn't even considered. All children should overhear you bragging about their accomplishments. It's so easy to get fixated on the cycle of struggle, but focusing on even the smallest successes or acts of kindness really helps the family build each other up. Next is respite care. Again, the best social support starts with those closest to the parent and their child, and family and friends are the ones most likely to offer support. By confiding in them, parents will have an outlet, and these family members will feel a part of the living, giving process. They will help to bring that normal back to the upheaval with the parents, and cousins are great for that. Regular cousin play and rivalry, totally neurotypical and great for development. Now, again, many people don't realize you might be able to get respite care through either a local community health agency. Usually, the fees on a sliding scale, depending on income. Then primary caregiving is permitted to select the respite caregiver. There's something called the PCP, I think I mentioned it earlier. It stands for Person-Centered Plan. The first step to getting a PCP for a person with disabilities, the PCP will outline the number of respite hours per month and how it will be paid, again through maybe contacting Children's Medical Services in Florida and seeing if you qualify for that. It's based on sliding scale. Should you qualify, it's a good idea to start with brief respite periods and build up to longer periods as needed so that both the caregiver and the child can get used to it. But then also consider home health care. Some insurance companies might cover the cost of an in-home health aide or visiting nurse for a few hours, so for our families with children with more medical needs or chronic, more severe, we definitely encourage you to call your benefits provider to see if you're eligible. These services can include a caregiver coming to your home to give you a break even for just a few hours and then might find some respite. Next is creative outlets and self-expression. Self-expression can heal and rejuvenate, and many parents of children with special needs have some sort of creative pursuit, or they might have. They might have forgotten. Now, think about what your creative pursuits might have been when you were younger. Was it photography or scrapbooking? Music or writing? Are you good at sewing or cooking, woodworking, maybe making jewelry? Landscaping or gardening? What is your groove? What makes you relax? Sometimes it could be just any outlet, just something as simple as jotting down a few sentences in a journal or arranging some seasonal items on a little table inside the house. That goes into me time. Make sure you make time for yourself. If you want to be the best parent you can be, you need to allow yourself time to relax and recharge your battery and think of your energy as, back to the journey metaphor, the battery in your car. Think of that energy. You want to make sure that you have something to give at the end of the day. Make sure you recharge your battery. Don't stretch yourself too thin. Schedule time. Take 10 minutes every couple hours. Give yourself permission to take 5 to 10 minutes strictly for yourself. We know it's hard, but your kids need you to do this, and do something that relaxes you. A cup of coffee. Read a few pages from an inspirational or funny book, or just sit and do nothing. Speaker. Swap childcare. This can be for running errands. Remember, rely on those natural supports. Your kids will benefit from socialization with other kids. Find your place. That's pretty self-explanatory, but do what you can that makes you happy. If exercise rocks your boat, you're a runner. Don't forget a date night. We know those are hard sometimes, but you can have an indoor date night. Get the kids down early. It's still important, connecting with your spouse outside of just the daily grind of caring for your children. Sometimes your teachers and therapists are looking to make some side hustle money, and they know your kids more than anybody. We know in a lot of smaller districts in rural areas, that's very much a possibility, where you can ask and see if even the paraprofessional might be available that would be interested in making some money babysitting. Finding your place can help lessen the effects of stress and burnout. You are never alone. Remain calm despite the storms that may blow around. Schedule less. Less is more. Flexibility is important, as it may be for your own child. Allow yourself to make mistakes, recognizing that it is trying and that you are improving, but that you are trying. Here you can see our FND. Family. These are the programs housed under the Family Network on Disabilities. Each program provides a unique service to a specific population. There are 3 PTI programs, funded by the U.S. Department of Education through the Office of Special Education Programs. POPN serves North Florida, PSN serves Southwest Florida, and PEN serves Southeast Florida. The Family Star program, funded by the U.S. Department of Health under the Health Resources Services Administration and supports families of youth with special health care needs. FND also has a special needs trust where we provide families with information regarding creating and supporting a special needs trust. We also do programming specific to fathers raising children with disabilities. Here you can see links from multiple downloadable resources available in various languages. You can also see some of our social media platforms. We have various pages on Facebook addressing the needs of different populations and our programs. I invite you to check out our website at www.fndusa.org for the hundreds of pages of resources and invaluable information that you can access and download at no charge. You can reach us to help you and your family by giving us a call at 800-825-5736 and letting us know your needs. You'll be assigned to a staff person who can support you. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Visit our website for valuable resources and more information. We want to thank you for spending this time with us during this presentation. We look forward to hearing from you.